Hello, everyone. Patriot5 and Patriot6 here tonight. Monday night, weekend's over. Nothing happened that we saw. I think a lot happened, but we just aren't seeing it. Anyway, that's the way I'm looking at things because we need it so much. We need it. We want to go into things, and we want to start off by reminding everyone to make sure you're praying for these people that's that's in trouble and uh, and that. But I do have a letter today. I'm going to go to after the music. I want to read a letter from one of our patriots. It's Trisha Patterson, who is safe, doing good, and she gives all the credit to Elon and the hat for her being safe and having power. I'll cover that. I'll cover the kids, but I'm going to go ahead and give people a chance to chat a little bit. And I want to welcome everyone. Janet, you was the first one on, and thank you for letting everybody know the message I sent here. It's pretty cool using the laptop. When I come on early and give you guys a chance to come on a little early and get ready, I can actually sit here and chat with you. So I like that. Hi, Margaret. Good to see you. Uh, we're looking for some great news, guys. We're looking for some amazing, amazing news. And I think we're right around the corner. Uh, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to comply. I'm not going to give in. I won't surrender. And I'm going to keep saying this, but I'm not going to make promises on date because I don't know. So that being said, let's do the pledge and the music and come back and get this baby rolling. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, where the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, oh, from sea to shining sea. From Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, oh, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'd rather stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless this country. And I'm proud to be an American. At least I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you
That's the truth. God bless the USA. Proud to be an American. I was chatting with someone today, and they said to me, "How long have you lived in Illinois? How long have you lived in the United States?" And they said, "My whole life," and I'm proud of it. And there's just so many things, guys, going on out there. So many things that's just totally wrong. And how these people who want to run the world can say they're all for America. You know, I mean, go to TikTok and watch the little videos. There's a little girl on there, and she comes home, and the dad says, "Did you let the dog out?" And she looks at the dad. Now, this little girl's only like 10, 11 years old. Did you lead the dog out? And she looks at her dad and she says, "Well, that's a good question. Let me answer the question that you give me by this. I was raised in a small community of middle class people. My mom was Indian and my dad was Jamaican. But that was enough to make me an African American." And this is such a great country that they're letting me run for president. And the dad said, "Don't get smart with me, little girl." And she disappears. 10 minutes later, supposedly in time, she comes and the dad said, "Did you do your chores?" "Well, that's a good question." And she goes through the same thing all over again. And the last one was another question, the same thing over and over again. And in doing so, doing that like she did, saying the same thing that I said to you earlier, the dad just looked and said, "You sound like some dumb," but he didn't use that particular term. But it's so funny because they say imitation is the best form of flattery. But when you got a 10-year-old girl making fun of you because you're such an idiot, I don't think that's flattery. But let's talk about the children. I have to sing happy birthday to a very, very special lady who unfortunately is no longer with us. And I'm hoping I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'll do it again some other day. But today is Renee's birthday. And Jimmy's daddy asked me if they should celebrate it. And I said, yes. She proved to you at Jimmy's party she's still with you. So get your cake and get your ice cream. Have your dinner. And then celebrate Mommy's birthday. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy heavenly birthday, Renee. Happy birthday to you. And I know she'll always be with us. I really wish I could have met her. I really do. I talked to her several times on the phone and we chatted online. And it's just like a lot of the people over here chatting right now. There's 69 people. You got a guy named Ron Anderson and Bill Woods and Myrna Head and Janet Favazi or Favaza, Fabaza. I don't know. Michael Gentry, Margaret, our Savior, Bill Woods, Linda Scullion. Linda, I took my medicine, I did my walks, and I just laid down for 2 hours before this show, so I'm being a good boy. And congratulations goes out to Linda. Her son is returning from his trip this weekend. And according to everything, it should be good for him to come home. So
Myrna's here too.
I said Myrna Head. Yes. I'm just looking at this family channel. It says happy birthday. So it's just, guys, is what it is. And, Jimmy, celebrate mommy's birthday tonight with your family. And it's a rough time losing her the way you did it. And your birthday came right up. And now I think your dad's birthday is either happened or it's real close. And now it's your mommy's birthday and your older brother's birthday is coming up in November. And then we're going to have Christmas. But you know what? She's going to be with you every step of the way. Patriot 11. I don't know what more I can say. I keep looking. I keep waiting for all of this stuff to happen so I can really get serious. Really get serious about getting this ranch. And, buddy, I haven't talked to you in so long. Are you still going to help me out? I haven't talked to Grandma and Grandpa. I'm a little bit worried here. Oh, I'm on the wrong one here. I'm preparing something for the show, guys, so bear with me. Okay. So that being said, then we have Karate Kid and Wyatt Earp. Brave, courageous, and bold. Great kids. I got some pictures of them here a while back. The Princes and Hunter, our queen. Not Hunter's our queen. The Princess is our queen. Had to verify that, because anymore you never know. But we have little Leona and little Ilana. Boogie, Bugs, Boogaroo, and Boogaloo. Boogaroo, I think, yes. And see, why do we talk about these kids? Why are they so special? Because they're our kids. They're Patriot5 and Patriot6's Patriot kids. And as I mentioned the other night, Marianne's son, who very, very intelligent in math, and I've already mentioned Linda's child, her little boy. We won't tell them how old they are. She is Linda. We're going to make them think that she's your little bitty boy because, as my mom said, I was 48. And my mom called me her baby boy and then went and died less than 4 hours later. Oh, well. So we have my Patriot grandkids, Patriot Super Gymnast, Patriot 7, Patriot Small Hank, who had to stay home from school today. Got sick yesterday coming home in a car, and probably just because he ate too much sweets and had such a hectic weekend. But when I left the show Friday night and had to go help my son, he ended up not getting to his destination until about 1:30 in the morning. So if he would have had to come all the way home to do what I had to do for him, and then all the way back there, he's not getting there till about 4:30. Why rent a hotel? Pull up in a parking lot, a truck stop, and sleep in a car. Kids were already sleeping, but they got down there. They had a good time. He took pictures of the pond. Beautiful place. I miss it. Don't miss my marriage. Don't miss my ex-wife, but I miss going down to them events because I love the farm. And then we have Patriot Little Monkey, who I'm really surprised I haven't heard from her since Friday, and I'm sure I'll hear from her tomorrow because Wednesday I start babysitting her again. And then Patriot Little Kira, who I haven't seen her now. So her mom, for some reason, wasn't even home. But anyway, that does it with the kids. And, I just want to take the time to talk to the kids to let them know how much we care for them, how much we love them, and everything that we're putting ourselves through. In my mind, we're putting through for the kids. Are we going to get some good rewards out of it? Yes. We're going to get some amazing rewards, but still the fact. You're welcome, Linda. Still the fact that, shortly after I started doing my very first show, I started involving kids in it. And we've had some great kids that's been involved in the show, but their parents has taken them off and they're not allowed to be part of us anymore. But you know what? You can take it away, but you can't take them out of here. And they'll always be in our hearts. They're always in our mind and that. And let's talk about what's going on after the aftermath of this storm. One of the peoples that can help us talk about it is Tricia Patterson. And Tricia thanks everyone for all the prayers that they said for her and all the kind words that was said and all the love that was shown. And today I got a letter from Tricia, and it says, I finally got my surfaces back up and going. I really think one thing helped was Elon Musk and DJT. Had some Starlink connected in a few, maybe 2 places, and these things really pushed the power to, I don't know, SIGS6. Anyway, just a little information about how things are in my area. There is only one way in and one way out the main highway to get to my house. These are several roads washed out, and 6 bridges are gone. All my house, at my house, I have a rain gauge. It was at 16 inches of rain just overnight as the storm came in. She goes on to explain how this rain was so hard when it was hitting the ground. It was actually so hard. It was coming up in colors, different colors. It was hitting so hard. And her concern was it was going to take her house away. Her house survived. She had just had her roof repaired. She had just had several big oak trees taken down close to her house. Otherwise, her house probably would have been destroyed. So there is a golden line here, that was good. She talks about how she's tried to sleep on the floor with her dog during the storm, but she was worried. Now, when we started, people ask me, why do you keep reading? Why do you keep reading? It's wise to have a month's supply, right? Well, she took it to the utmost. And she has a spare room. And in this spare room, she had nothing in it. But she just kept every week. When I started telling her this and people started telling her this, every week she started putting toilet paper, essentials, cleaning stuff, food that, perishable. And she just kept stacking it up. She said she had it stacked up almost to the ceiling, the whole room, of which she doesn't now because she had plenty of the things that she needed, but she was also able to have, she was also able to have a gas generator where she was able to keep her refrigerator and freezer from going up, of which she had that stocked up. So she is okay. And she's helped several people in her community. That's the type of people, guys, we have with us. Everything that she's went through, this lady has went through so much. It's almost uncanny how much this lady has had to endure, and now to go through this. And we're going to talk about that more. But I wanted to read you some of her letter and talk to you about her letter because, continue to pray for these people because, the one thing that's not being prayed for by these people is the VP and the P, Sleepy and Dopey. They are not caring. They don't care. One of them probably don't even know what happened. And the other one, she just laugh about it. Because the other one, if you ask her a question, what are you going to do something to help them? Well, it's a good question. You ask that. Am I going to help? That is a really good question. See, because when I was young, I grew up in a community of middle-class people. My mom and my dad worked hard to give us something. I mean, I don't have a dictionary anymore. But I'm sure if we had one of those old Webster dictionaries and we looked in it and we looked up the word idiot, it's going to have a big 8x10 picture of her and her buddy that she served under for 4 years. Because the one thing that I'm understanding, that this woman is really, really, the thing that I absolutely can say with certainty that she is good at doing is serving under other men. And you can take it for what it said, or you can take it for how I meant it. I'm not sure how I meant it, but let's talk about something more positive. The storm. If you know anybody that's getting help from that organization, make sure they read, if they take that $750, $750. Wow. They get a whole whopping $750. What is $750 going to do when you lost your house? When you lost your kids? When you lost almost everything? But if you don't pay it back in a certain amount of time, wow. They can take your land. They can take your home for $750. But yet this lady and this dopey guy that's trying to push this lady, well, the dopey guy really isn't trying to push her to be the next, number one job in the world, in the United States. Because, I mean, he's so in love with her. He comes out and he says, she is not a good candidate for this position. You don't say it quite that calmly, quite that accuracy, quite that where you can understand it. It's more like, as you know, the hat said when he was in a debate with him that kind of put him out to pasture. And he mumbled something, and the person, that was running the show says, well, Mr. President, what do you have to reply to that? And he goes, I can't reply to it. I have no clue. I have no clue what he just said. I mean, or then you got the laughing hyena that, everything is funny to her. Well, what do you think about what's going on? Why haven't you been to the border? That's a good question. And all she does is laugh. Like I said, there's got to be a 8x. If there isn't, there should be. Maybe that's what I'll do. When we get all this money, I'll make a book up of the world's biggest idiots. But then again, when you got the likes of Big Mike and all these other ones, them two might not even make the top 10. Oh, well. We talk about sports a lot on this show. Anybody who follows sports, even if you don't follow sports, if you know anything about NFL football, you know that right now there's a lot of animosity going on about the Kansas City Chiefs. Not that people are jealous of the Kansas City Chiefs. They've won 2 straight Super Bowls. But boy, I seen Margaret was on here. She's the one that got me to go to TikTok. And when I went, I really love watching these little videos. And boy, are they beating the Kansas City Chiefs. There is so many videos where the people actually have the proof that Kansas City Chiefs are getting all the calls. Or if they do something, there is no call. And I don't even know what they did over the weekend. I didn't hear. I don't care. But you have a quarterback that 2 years ago when he played in the Super Bowl, he was carried to the locker room at halftime. As he was being carried, them reporters got to get right up there, and this girl was right up there with her microphone, and she's up there, and she's up there, and she's up there, and she's talking, she's talking in her microphone, and she goes to the coach. She said, well, coach, it looks like your quarterback's in pretty rough shape. And what do you think's the outcome? How's he gonna perform in the second half? And the coach says he's done. And the quarterback said, "No, I'm not." And he said, "You're done. I'm not gonna go out and jeopardize your future to win a football game. There's going to be more chances to win a Super Bowl. There's going to be more chances to win football games. And I'm not going to jeopardize your future, this team's future, for one half of football." This man couldn't walk. He was carried out by two people. He was in the clubhouse for 15 minutes at halftime. He led the team back out on the field, running faster than anyone could run to keep up with him. His running backs couldn't keep up with him. He was sprinting to the field. What? It comes out after the game that he took this substance. No wonder I don't know what Kansas City does. They're playing right now. But he took this substance, illegal to the NFL. He took it. Yeah. And when the NFL said something, he said, "You're just jealous because we won't cut you in on any of it so you can make millions when it comes." It's not legalized by the NFL. It was an illegal substance to take, and he took it. And they didn't do anything to him. The NFL should have said, "If you took that and you admitted it, you're suspended." They should have suspended him for a minimum of a year. In baseball, Pete Rose, as a manager, bet on a game for his team to win. So he's rooting for his team to win. If he'd have bet on his team to lose, you could say, yeah, he gambled. But he never made the Hall of Fame. The greatest singles and doubles hitter in Major League Baseball history. But this guy goes out and cheats. And nothing is done. Because he's Patrick Mahomes. And you can't touch him. And then, just this last offseason, he goes and gets involved and does a commercial with a company that is banned by the NFL to do, and they do nothing again. Now, there's video out there that when the referee made the call to give his team the win, it guaranteed them the win making the call. If they don't make the call, they can't win. And they made the call against him. At the end of the game, he literally walked. They got the video. This wasn't something someone put together. This is a video that went viral. And they literally got him walking to the referee and shaking his hand and say, "Good call." Are you kidding me? Sports is so rigged. It is. It's terrible. It's got to be for my White Sox to only win 41 games. As good as we were, and we only won 41 games. And the sad part about it is I love baseball. Football, I like. Basketball, okay. Hockey, I used to love. But I love baseball. And my team won 41 games. And I woke up yesterday morning knowing I'm coming down to Ron's, having lunch and watching the Bears play. Because that's what we do on Sunday afternoon. Knowing I'm doing that. And as I'm laying in bed before I get up, I'm thinking, I really miss the White Sox playing on Sundays. 41 games they won, and I missed them. It's just like I can remember how my mom used to be about soap operas. Man, if she would miss an All My Children episode or something like that. I used to watch All My Children. Me and my ex-wife used to tape it. You know why? Because that was 1 hour a day when we watched it, that we did something together. And that was rare in our marriage for me and her, unless it was something for the kids to do something together. She was doing, I'm not going to go into that. So just keep praying for the people with the storm. They say another storm's coming. But this is what I don't understand. And one thing I don't understand is if you go on social media and someone with a big time name comes to you. I mean, I've got Elon Musk who is my friend now on TikTok. And now he's trying to get me involved in some program. He's going to show me how to make a lot of money. But he doesn't stay on TikTok much. He wants to go to Telegram. But if I don't have a Telegram account where he can show me there, he'll help me get one. He must think I'm stupid. But anyway, he's telling me all this. And I finally said, Elon, I have a question for you. Is this really you? And he said, yeah. I said, good, because I need to talk to the hat. I really need to talk to him. I said, one of my people in my group, Savior, has some things that she wants me to ask you. I have some things. A lot of people in our group have some things that we need to ask the hat. I need you to get him in touch with me. And he goes, well, I can't do that. I said, what do you mean you can't do it? You just spend the whole weekend with him. You have his personal number. Why can't you get him to come? Oh, I can't do that. I said, the real Elon Musk could. I said, now the other thing is you're going to take me over and I'm going to invest some money in something that you're doing so you can help me make lots of money. Right? Yeah. I said, with all your money and as nice a guy as you are, I can give you 100, 200, 300 people. I was talking about all of you guys here. I can give you 100, 200, 300 people that gladly come into that. But you pay their way in. You show us all how to make money. And then we'll take that and we'll share it with 100 more people or 200 more people. And before you know it, you'll have tens of thousands and millions of people in your group. And he says, well, you're talking silly now. I said, you're a billionaire. You tell me if you go out and spend 500,000 on putting people in and helping them make money, it would hurt you? 500,000 would hurt you? You probably pay more than that for your toilet paper, don't you, sir? Needless to say, I've kind of blocked him on TikTok. I mean, it is what it is, but there's so many phony people out there. Just be careful. If anybody comes to you and says, you got to get this set up, don't do it. Wait until we get our 800 numbers. Wait until we make our calls. Then we will go into the redemption center, the tier 1 banks, or whatever bank we go to, and they'll take care of everything. Do not give your information out to anyone. Don't pay any money to anybody. And tomorrow night is Bruce again. And we're going to have to listen to the golden bundles again. Now, I have nothing against Sue. She is probably one of the nicest women that ever has stepped foot on this earth. But she has used this to take advantage of many, many people. Can you imagine when she started selling her bundles, 5 years ago? And it was with the best bundle ever. How many of the people are still alive that she sold to? Now, she's on golden bundle number 8 or 9. I have no idea how many bundles she has sold. And now she's trying to convince people that they need to do this and they need to do that. She needs to convince them this. And I'm thinking, why is people so greedy out here? Why is it always got to be about, they got to have money. They got to have, the other night, Bruce was 9 minutes, Ronnie?
One long.
The show itself got over my time at 9:28. I remember it because at about 9:25, Mary Ann said, can you believe we're this far into the show and Bruce has given no new information? Guys, I like Bruce. I like Bob. I like Sue. But for them to constantly come on for an hour and a half every night, and then Bruce takes 5 to 6 to 8 minutes, 10 minutes. Man, he had one couple weeks ago for 15 minutes, and it was like, whoa, where did this come from? But then even at the end, he has to promote them two's products again. Enough is enough. Please. Enough. You've made enough money on the people. And if I piss somebody off because I'm talking like this, I like these people.
Mike Penny?
I like Mike Penny, as Ron must have knew where I was going. I like Mike Penny, but Mike Penny right now is on this kick XRP is not gold back and never can be gold back. Why? Who cares? You know what I care is XRP is what they say it is. Who cares if it's gold back? As long as they want to give us whatever they're saying they said it would go as high, if not higher, than Bitcoin went. And I know Bitcoin hit 70,000 at one time. So if it goes as high as that, if you've only got one, if you only got one XRP, that's $70,000. But I would hope that the people who bought XRP, when they went out and bought it, and they was getting it for 38 to 40 cents a piece, I would hope they bought at least $1 worth. You know, most of them people, you got to buy at least $10 worth. So, you know, if you bought $10 worth and you got 2.5 for every, or 3 for every dollar, let's say 2.5. Even at $10, that's 25 you would have. 25 times 70,000. Yeah, you're talking some money now. But, you know, he just keeps coming on. He just keeps. It's funny, Michael, it's funny you're putting up the angel numbers 555 and 999 because the numbers that I've been seeing has been off the charts. I was walking today and I had to let my dog out. And I just happened to look down at my Fitbit to see how many steps I had. And at that point, I had 11,199. And the time was 9:11. So nothing but ones and nothing but nines. And you say, see, I always heard one was an angel number too. Actually, I believe they all are. But we'll see. But that is a good comment there, Michael. Thank you. Janet, Timothy's telling you hi. Timmy's telling you hi. It's nice to have a thing where I can look over here and read some of the things you guys are saying. What rally are we talking about, Bill? The one he just did over the weekend? What about the rally that she held the other day where she supposedly she had about 10,000 people there. But they said at the rally about 8,000 of them started chanting, "We want the hat. We want the hat." And she got frustrated. They don't like her. But, you know, some people do, some people don't. So. Oh, Margaret sent an attachment. Let me see what Margaret sent. Oh, how'd I end up there? I'm on my show right now on the phone. How'd I end up there? Wow. See? Let me get back here to this. And I seen Margaret just send an attachment. I wanted to see if it was something we could use. Elon Musk with an urgent message. Contact the Telegram agents to get everything set up and get your huge TRB investment right to your card. I wouldn't do that if I was you guys, but you know, what people do is up to them. I'm just telling you, I don't care if it's Elon Musk or not. I don't care who it is telling you. We've been told by the hat not to do this. I literally just quit 3 channels on Telegram yesterday because all they wanted to talk about was I don't think I can. This looks like it's a video, so I'm not going to be able to look at it. I'll look at it after the show. Margaret also sent me a calendar, 13-month calendar in 1928. So evidently we had them back there. And then what else did she send? Oh, yes. Remember January 6th of 2021. Remember all the trouble the hat got in because, oh, he's in charge of this. And people died and all this and all that. Well, it's funny because the hat held a rally the other day, and one of the girls that was supposed to die, look, she's there. She doesn't even hide. Oh, man. She doesn't even hide it. She's right there looking just like she's always looked. Now, I'm not going to tell you the girl's name, but her 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 last name might be spelled Babbitt. You know, and another name I always liked when I was growing up was the name Ashley. So I think I give you enough there. Here's something that picture of Junior, and it says game over. We know what we keep hearing that. And see, I don't know about you guys, but that's what's frustrating me because we keep hearing game over, game over, game over. It's the same old song, but with a different meaning. Now I could go on and sing the rest of that song because it's one of my favorite songs, but Here's another one with Junior saying, nobody was in the plane. Do your research. Hey, is that not telling you? I mean, the best proof we can have that no one was in the plane, do your research. The best proof we can have is we could find that video in 1962 when his daddy said that the hat will be the 45th president. In 1962, he said the hat will be the 45th president of the United States of America. Then went on to say, also, Junior, who was 2 years old at the time, in the 1990s would fake his death in an airplane crash and come back to help the hat and help rebuild and save the United States of America. If that isn't proof enough, I mean, come on. Do we have the proof 100% that he's still with us? No, I don't. A lot of people do, but I don't. But I always believed, even though I was a young kid, when supposedly they took him out. And I said that day, no, they didn't. And I said right in my classroom, when they said, why are you not crying like the rest of the kids? I said, because he's not gone. As 10 years old, I said, he's not gone to my teachers. And they looked at me like I'm crazy. I said, no one can kill my president. And that's how I felt. And I never, ever changed my attitude on that. And now, what is that saying? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I see what's going on, Ron. The hurricane was moving at 24.7 miles per hour, then crossed a dead stop over the Carolinas and sits there. Very interesting. How does a hurricane just be moving that fast and then just stops? Guys, what I'm about to say is my opinion and my opinion only. But when we go to this new world, when they finally decide to put the gauntlet down and end this, when it finally happens, Cindy, oh, it's good to see you on, Cindy. Nice talk we had the other night. Bill, Janet, Mike. I know there's more on here. Margaret, everyone who's on here. When we go to this, Margaret, you live in Arizona. Very, very warm. As a matter of fact, you tell me, oh, Ralph, it's really hot here today. Here we're in long sleeve shirts now here in Illinois, and Margaret's running her air conditioner 24/7. But what kind of weather do you want to live in? Because I really believe that with the controlling, and this is my opinion and my opinion only, it's a dream. And as Davy Jones said, you can daydream believe, because he was a daydream believer. And I think he's still with us. And I think he's going to end up with Marsha. Just my opinion. I was a Brady Bunch fan. Yes, please flip the switch. Good one, Janet. But anyway, What kind of weather you do want to live in? When I've talked to Ron, me and him vary a little bit because I like hot. But since I got sick a year ago, I don't like it as much. I used to love 90, 95 degrees. 90, 95 degrees days we had this year kind of put me under. So I'm thinking more maybe the 82 to 85 in the day. And then we're going to have some rain, but we have that at night when we're sleeping here in Illinois. We have snow once a year, like about 2 days before Christmas, so we can have it Christmas Eve. Not a lot, just so we have a white Christmas, whenever Christmas may be. I'm hoping we stay the same as we have, but remember, this is my opinion. And then it's gone before New Year's. In the winter, I don't want anything lower than 60 in the daytime. At nighttime, if it wants to go down into 40s, that's okay. But that's kind of weather I want to live in. Now, I know there's people that says, well, how am I going to ski if we can't have cold? Well, you can have states that can have cold if that's what you want. But see, gone is going to be the times when people say, well, I'd love to live here, but I can't afford, because you're going to be able to afford to live wherever you want to live. And your family's going to be able to afford to live wherever they want to live. And if you're not living like me with my daughter and my son and my grandkids, I want to live around them because I want to be able to spend as much time with my grandkids and my great-grandkids and my great-great-grandkids and my great-great-great-great-grandkids. I plan on living a long time, guys. But that's what I want. But just stop and think a moment. What would you really like? I just want to live in a world that's happy. And if we have to go through Illinois winters like we go through now, so be it. Because in that project that I'm doing, we're not going to have to worry about shoveling snow, because we're going to have people that's going to be hired. They're going to have everything they need, and that's going to be their job. Well, what are they going to do in the summer? They're going to mow grass. They're going to plant gardens. They're going to, it doesn't say you have to work. It says you have to have a job. So if there is no snow and you're sitting in your office that will provide for them, and they're sitting there and they're just sitting there watching TV or twiddling their thumbs or playing games on it, whatever they want to do, they're working. They're holding a job down. You got to have them. And that's what it's all about, is creating jobs, but making it jobs that people want to go to. Living where I live, there's been times that I can remember a snowstorm we had once here in Illinois, and we literally, after it cleared up where we could get out, we shoveled enough to get to the road, and they had cleaned a little bit in town, not much, but we walked through snow. But when we started to walk out of town to see how deep, the drifts were so deep. This is, as God is my witness, this is an honest to goodness true story. We were standing on this snowbank in the middle of the road, and underneath it, come to find out, we were standing on a car and didn't know it. The car was completely covered with snow, and we didn't know it. That's how bad of winters we've had. I don't really want any more of them. I used to love to play hockey, but if I want to go ice skating, I'll go to some place where they got an ice rink. You can still do the skating on TikTok. I love watching them videos of them skaters. Oh my goodness. There's a little girl from Russia. Oh, she is amazing. And as much as I love the United States, and I don't know who's going to skate for us in the Winter Olympics, but I tell you, it's going to be hard for me to cheer for anybody but her. I started following her, and she started following me back. And I made a comment that you're amazing. And she actually got back with me and said, thank you. It just, wow, it's unbelievable. So let's see what we got here. I got some things here I got to open up. Oh, guys, I want to play this because I want you guys to hear it.
We showed up this morning not knowing what we were going to do. My husband brought his.
This is about a lady in the
move
storm.
Stuff around, and we brought shovels, and we got our rubber boots, and we showed up. And the entire day long, God showed up over and over and over again. Every single thing we needed. We had a dozen people shoveling mud out of the house by 10 a.m. When that crew left, we were like, we really should start working on, we got to rip out all this drywall now. He lost the whole back of his house. He had a window bust out. He had trees and logs and debris come through his house. His appliances gone. Drywall ripped out. We had 3 contractors come by. One of them came by with a nail gun and was like, let me secure the house. I think that we can stabilize it, and I think we can save it. So we worked all day. As soon as all the mud was out of the house, we were like, well, I guess tomorrow we'll do the drywall and insulation. And I said, man, it's a shame we can't just do it today. As soon as I said it, I looked down the street, and there's like a dozen women with Isaiah House t-shirts walking down the street. We don't have anything to do right now. How can we help? I said, we were about to tear all the drywall out. Great. Point us in the right direction. People started showing up from all over the Tri-Cities. We had strangers everywhere. We were like, we need a ladder. We had no tools. And this man walks in from Hawkins County. And he was like, y'all need tools. Hold on, I'll be right back. He goes out to his truck and starts bringing in crowbars and hammers and stuff. And we were like, we need a ladder. We can't reach up near that. And somebody said, oh, I saw one. It washed up in the debris out in the front yard. And I said, well, we really need a crowbar too. Oh, there's a crowbar out there too. Okay. Like, are you serious? There were over 100 people who showed up at that house today. Every time we ran out of water, somebody pulled up in a golf cart and said, hey, do you guys need a case of water? I was standing on the edge of the yard talking to the guy who had lost everything. And I said, man, if we could just have like another excavator or backhoe or something. I didn't get the words out of my mouth. A guy pulled up on a backhoe.
She's crying right now.
Y'all, the outreach and the people who are just showing up, they don't know each other, but they're all wearing Jesus t-shirts, and they all have Jesus love in their eyes and their hearts. And they're just showing up in these neighborhoods and cleaning out stuff and just helping people and loving people. And I've cried the whole day. I've never seen anything like it. We need help. It's bad. Like, East Tennessee and Western North Carolina are bad. And y'all, I just want to encourage you guys, like, don't wait. Don't wait for FEMA or whatever, or you have to go through United Way, whatever. No, don't wait. Put on your rubber boots and get a shovel and get a mop and get your tools and show up. Show up in these neighborhoods. Because every time I looked up today.
I'm not going to play anymore. The rest of it's just, she really struggles the rest of the way. And what can you say about a video like that? Some people might say, oh, she's just did that so she could get some publicity. No, then we're not tears of publicity. Then we're tears of sadness because people need help. You know, it's just a terrible, terrible way that things are going. And then you have something like this. Now, you just heard that story. 51 semi-trucks have had their tires slashed going to help victims in North Carolina. These are the looters who stole the food, medical supplies from the trucks. And they have pictures of 9 different guys. Oh, yeah, by the way, every one of them are illegal. Time for street justice. Now, I'm not promoting street justice. I'm not promoting anybody do what they say, but I will say this. They said in North Carolina, and the people come out, and Ron brought it to my attention, they messed with the wrong people. They are not afraid to take it into their own hands. And maybe that's the attitude a lot of us need to take. 9 people, 51 semi-trucks, and they would not let stuff go through, and they stole it. And they shouldn't even be here. But if you ask this stupid, this idiotic, this amazingly dumb ass woman what she thinks, well, they deserve the chance the same as everyone. Yes, if they come in legally, and if they do something like that, why aren't they behind bars? All these people want to talk about is the hat, arresting him for this and arresting him for that, and doing this and doing that. What are you going to do on your first day, ma'am, if you become the president? Why haven't you done it for the last 4 years, you and Dopey or Sleepy? Why haven't you done it? Why is this not being done? And they have no answer. She laughs. And he stuttered. People trying to help people, and they're getting robbed by people that shouldn't even be here. And they won't be after the 15th because they won't be needed. And it ain't going to matter. It ain't going to make it to the 15th. Sorry, I got a little excited there. I think I got one more here before we go to Judy. Unmarked black helicopters are deliberately targeting and destroying supplies meant for the victims of Hurricane Helene in North Carolina. What kind of people do we have that is not doing one thing? You know, I read a letter today, guys. I read a letter to you guys today from someone who is special in my life, and that's Trisha Patterson. And in reading that letter, it stated how the help that they got, the reason they got their power back when they did, is because of Elon Musk and DJT. They didn't say Sleepy and Dopey. They didn't say Big Mike and his husband. They didn't say either the other people. It was 2 people. There's been many, many more. And as far as the agencies that we talked about, the Red Cross and all of these others, do not donate. Please, please, if you guys are listening to me at all right now, do not go there and donate any money. If anybody here decides, hey, let's get together, let's get somehow to find someone that we can send it to, and we all get together, we'll appoint someone we'll all send some money to. And I don't know if we could raise any. I don't know what's going on, but that's the only way. We do it our way. You know, as Frank Sinatra said, we'll do it my way. Don't do it through these agencies because they're stealing from everybody. They don't get it. That FEMA, I seen an article about how, you know, they're giving billions of dollars. They're giving billions of dollars to the Ukraine and all these other countries, and they just do not have any money left for the people in our country. Why? All you do is print the damn money up anyway. Now, I've used that word there that I just used in a couple of other ones tonight that I apologize for. But you have to understand this video is not meant for children, only under the discrepancy and the permission of their parents, grandparents, legal guardians, someone that gives them permission to watch this video. Also, the music and the videos we shared in this video tonight, in this show tonight, we have absolutely no claim to it. It's not ours. We use it for entertainment and information purposes only. That's the only reason we use it. Anything I say on this show tonight, when I say it, I believe it to be 100% true. There's again a game over. Q, where we go one, we go all. Be ready. 2024 is going to be biblical. Here's a picture of the hat and senior side by side, 35 and 45. Oh, I'm looking for Judy, and I'm still on Telegram. But I was giving you some good information. Restored Republic, the reading part. Man, where did the night go? This is Restored Republic via the GCR update of the Monday, 7th October, 2024, compiled by Judy Bidington. EBS Worldwide Martial Law, White Hats mobilized 25,000 troops, National Guard activated in all 50 states, troops asked to be prepared to shelter in place. FEMA has ceased all hurricane relief operations, still seizing supplies, donations, land accused of, I can't read that or I'll get in trouble. The high court in the land is the court of the public opinion. This means you be a part of history. Click and sign your letter to the Supreme Court for the Brunsons. It's only wise to have at least a month's supply of food, water, cash, medicine, and essential items on hand for yourself and your family, and to share with others in case of emergency. Then there's a very nice prayer here. Go read it in Judy's thing. It's a very beautiful prayer. FEMA's gunmen have already been accused of murdering people in Florida and Puerto Rico as they tried to excavate from hurricanes a year ago. A year ago in August 2023, FEMA gunned down. I'm not going to read that either. Now, of great concern was the Category 1 HAARP man-made hurricane Milton was due to devastate Mexico and Florida coast on October 8th. Mandated evacuation orders have been sent out in Florida. Guys, there's a lot of things in Judy today. It's a lot about FEMA, and I just don't want to read it for the fact that I want to continue to do shows as long as we can. So, they're offering the people involved in this terrible thing going on, the storms and that, $750 of which they can lose if they don't pay back, but they're giving illegals $3,500 debit cards. They're putting them in luxurious hotels, kicking people out of the hotels and that. The lady who's running for president is involved with a man, kind of married, I guess, that is due to, I better not go there. Guys, I'm going to stop because I'm not going to get in trouble. There's a lot of things we could say. Hi, Cheryl. Janet is saying, you guys seem to be having very good talks. I'm gonna say a prayer and then I'm gonna call it a night. We'll be back Wednesday unless something happens when we come back earlier. I really am enjoying using the laptop. I'm glad I got it set back up. I believe the clarity is much, much better. I can see you guys talking. I've joined in several times tonight. Tim Brown, it's good to see you here. Sharon, it's good to see you. Ian, it's good to see you. Just trying to catch up on people I haven't said hi to. And, just keep believing. The year the White Sox won the World Series, they adopted this theme song long before they won it. They adopted it. Don't Stop Believing, and that has been one of my favorite songs ever since. And that's kind of something I believe in now. I treasure now. Whenever something looks really bad, I just go to that song. Don't Stop Believing. And it's just an amazing thing. Guys, we're in such an amazing journey. But I think if I polled you guys all over here now, I'd get 100% yeses if I say, are you ready for the show to end? It's time. But, I'm doing everything I can. I mean, I accepted Elon Musk as a friend on TikTok, thinking maybe he could help me get to talk to the hat. They say the hat will talk to everybody. You see him at rallies, but he won't come to a rally. When he comes to a rally in Illinois, he cuts it short, and it's a 4-hour trip. It's almost to the tip of Illinois on a terrible day. And at the time, I didn't have a vehicle. The vehicle I got now, I would have been there. The car I got now, if I would have had it then, I would have been down there. And I would have tried to get to the front, and I would have been wearing patriotic things, and he would have noticed me. And I just wanted to ask him, when can you give us some kind of reassurance that things are going to be better, that things are going to work better? But they don't. They don't. All we get is every week. I just read stuff. The show is over. The show's about to end. All of this stuff, that's all we ever get. I don't want it to be told it. I want it to happen. And I think each and every one of you agree. But before I go, I have to say one last time, happy birthday, Renee. We miss you. Every one of us miss you, and we pray and we talk to you. I know I do. I talk to you every day. I miss our talks on the phone when I can't hear your voice. You raised a great family, a great bunch of kids, and I hope they realized how great they are. And I hope they continue. Your husband came to me today, Renee, and he asked me the question, should we celebrate? And I said yes. And I haven't been able to respond to him, but I know he did come back. I seen it put up there. He did come back, and he said, thank you. I'm doing the best I can for him. I'm doing the best I can for the kids. We all love and miss you, and happy birthday, sweetie. Dear Lord, as we come to tonight, the end of the show, thank you for bringing us all together. We've had an amazing group of people here tonight. They've talked about great things, and we're all ready, though, Lord. We're all ready. We're ready to ascend into where you want us to be, and that's heaven on earth. So please look after us and keep us safe. Lord, also look after Marianne's family as her husband lost their aunt. Another one lost because we didn't get these special beds on time. And we just pray for her family. Pray for Marianne and her husband. Losing a loved one is tough. I just had to go and put some flowers on loved ones of mine, my mom and my dad, and I talked to my brother-in-law, who we lost because we didn't get the beds on time. And we're just asking you, Lord, to put an end to this. Get us to heaven on earth. Get us to where you want us to be for all this time, and make the suffering stop. Keep a look out for every child in the world. Take care of every child, and let's bring every one of them safe and sound as we talk to you and pray to you through our Savior, your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen and amen. Good night, everyone. We love you all, and we'll see you Wednesday night, if not before.